Welcome all to update on Diary of a Disabled. I tried doing a dash cam earlier. I was in the middle of a meltdown. And now I'm just waiting for my hiccups to go away so I can get to bed. I need to wake up in less than 3 hours for a spa day. Me and my friend have had quite the falling out earlier. Like, we still made up or whatever, but my energy is drained. The PTSD from the ER earlier this week, and then she triggered some PTSD in me. But I triggered her, and then she triggered me, and then triggered again, and it's just a never-ending cycle with PTSD. It's so hard to navigate, and different kinds of PTSD, different kinds of triggers, and so trying to navigate both systems is kind of hard, even though I haven't really been doing anything that's like, it's just certain mannerisms, certain things, I guess. In a sec. My anxiety meds are kicking in, so I'm like getting really drowsy. Oh man, just trying to navigate this, and thank goodness I still have a couple anxiety pills left, but I'm down to one left. And I still have like 5 days until I get, over 5 days till I get home. It's been a little tough. Oh man, the anxiety meds. Woo. Definitely slowed down my functioning. My eyes. Harder for me to focus. I'm fighting the meds to stay awake. Because I had to finish my laundry. That poor tattoo. I think I may be losing some color this time. So sucky. My tattoo got allergic reaction, and what I think happened is, I don't know if I should put it as my thumbnail. So my V-Trans patch looked almost black by the time I took it off, because I had it on my back, and I have tribal wings on my back. Well, it was like right down over here. I still have adhesive from where the damn patch was. But anyways, what I think happened, and I can't bend over like this. Gotta set this thing up here more. What I think happened was, tattoos become part of your immune cells. They become part of your coding, like spike proteins of the COVID virus. Well, tattoo ink covers your immune system cells too, and it becomes part of you. It doesn't stop at the skin level. It's part of you. The tattoo is a part of you on the inside and not just the outside. I need to link some of my newest research. I need to go and refresh myself on this information, because it will only help validate me in my bias of my bright idea that I think the reason why my tattoo was affected is because of my Butan's patch. The 10 milligram patches I think were extra, a little too strong, but also just right for my body. It's so frustrating, because on the 7.5s, my pain isn't just very controlled at all. At 10s they are, but 10s I feel like my body really doesn't like. I don't think my body really responds well to the 10 micrograms. I feel like it's like just too much or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I have to give it some time to figure out what dosage is good for me with the Butrans patch. I need to blow my nose. Sorry. So anyways, my nose has just been so much runny and congested, like back and forth between runny and congested. And I have been doing a sinus rinse after sinus rinse after sinus rinse because I'm staying in a house full of cigarette smokers. Secondhand smoke is so much worse than firsthand smoke. I know my immune system is on overdrive because of the Butrans patch, and it's trying to adjust to the medication inside my body. Trying to see how the equilibrium works with the medication. It's used to so much different medication throughout the years that it's a change. And I don't know if my body's really adapting very good or not because it's showing me signs of allergic reactions or sensitivities or like overdose. Not like overdose in the sense of like fentanyl kind of stuff and Narcan and like EpiPen and that kind of stuff. Like with EDS, I swear it covers up things. It's a superpower in several ways because I've been in 15 car accidents, been whiplashed 15 times because of people rear-ending me, T-boning me, poor weather conditions making my car, I can't, I had it under the best of my control and it still wasn't good enough. Weather and hydroplaning and just the right time, the right spot, the right speed, the right everything, just the right conditions, and accidents happen. And I have been in every kind of accident. But just like the saying is with like drunk people usually surviving DUI accidents, and the other people, the innocents, usually end up not alive after them. It's because your body's natural defense fight or flight response system, you automatically tense up when an accident happens. But when you don't see that accident happening or see it coming, it still takes you off guard, but your body still tenses up and puts you in that. You can't do anything about it. It's a body's automatic response. That's what it does. Except for under the influence of drugs and alcohol. Well, an EDSer doesn't need to be under the influence of either. But it kind of treats the body the same as if I was drunk, where I'm hyper flexible and my body's coordination is off. Well, it's not that the EDS coordination is off, but I've been hit where I haven't, expected it, and the results were a little bit shorter of treatment than when I actually did see the accident happen in my rearview mirror, and then that visual tensed me up automatically without, anything but being taken off guard and not knowing when I've been rear-ended or seeing it happen, sitting at a light, and then all of a sudden, I'm tossed forward. My body knows kind of how to go with the flow because it's hyper mobility, it's hyper flexible. So in a way, it's a superpower. And the superpower of looking young for a long time is another superpower of EDS. Super soft, velvety skin until you reach to a certain point, and then your skin just tears and bruises and anemia and age things happen a lot sooner in life to an EDSer. I thought I got all my makeup off. Like, I had mascara on. I cried earlier. I felt my feelings earlier. I have a completely 28-minute dash cam disgruntled disabled video I'm not posting because you can't see me. But I was really needed to therapy and process myself through the trigger away from the environment that was part of the trigger and part of the I need to see if the situation's safe because I don't know the other person's feelings and thought processes. I'm not a mind reader, and when somebody shuts down a conversation, it just heightens my anxiety. Like, just communicate it with me. I almost got her in the heat of the moment, in the heat of the discussion in the car ride. I'm not gonna get into details, but it happened at Walmart, and Walmart drains me. It's something about the lighting. It's the type of lighting they use. It's the I can't explain it. It only happens in certain stores, and Walmart's one of them. But I never really spend much time in brick and mortar stores as it is. I try not to. I hate it. I try to go like once a month, and that's all I do. I stock up as much as I can. I just bought 5 bottles of my 91% isopropyl alcohol. Yeah, I could have waited till I got home, but you know what? I need that stuff now. I need to clean out my stuff for transport across back home where they belong. Because they do have dispensaries here, and I have tried the stuff here, and it's nice getting out of state stuff. That's all I can say about that. I can't wait to have my haircut tomorrow, so first thing at 8 o'clock in the morning after we have to try and valet a car and then walk through all the way through this casino to get to the spa. We're going to spend all day there. I'm going to get a I think it's like 50, 60 something minute massage on my cranial sacral where I have all the spinal cord issues. I'm going to try and get them to help me with that. Help me get realigned easily. I'm going to do my foam rolling tomorrow. I should have been doing it every morning. I know it helps me. It is a thing that I have to do every day, and it's not a part of my everyday routine. It's so hard to do. I've been doing really, really good with my other part of my routine, though. I've been brushing my teeth every day. I've been doing my deodorant. I've been getting dressed every day. I've been having breakfast every day. I've been having a lunch. I've been snacking throughout the day. And I've been making healthier choices. Except for lately, I know my body's out of alignment. And I know, because when I went to the ER, I got my labs, and it says I'm in a flare of some sort, whatever kind it is, it doesn't matter. It's not that bad. I don't have full systemic inflammation. My face is not super swollen. Even after crying my face off earlier. I don't want to go back home with my inflammation in my face. I don't want to go home. But I need to go home so bad because I need out of this environment. Nothing against my friend. I absolutely love my I love my beastie friend here. But our viewpoints are not the same. And I need more uplifting mofos around me. She's a chronic illness warrior. She's a domestic, not domestic violence, but carjacked, robbed, survivor, but I've been held a hostage survivor. I've gone through some stuff. Just like she's gone through some stuff. Just like you all have gone through some stuff. Everybody's been through something. There is no normal. The normal is that everybody's been through things. That's the normal. If you haven't been through something, you're lying. You've had to have gone through something. I mean, it also depends on your age and when you're watching this, but the majority of my audience are about a decade younger than me. I look about your all age, in my 30s. So I'm mid-40s. I think I'm doing pretty damn good. Being my 40s. My back. Ow. Oh, my SI joints. Oh, the sciatica. Oh, the sciatica. Tractor tailbone. I need to engage these muscles in my back. I need to engage these in my gut more. There's so much work I need to do on myself to get myself more aligned. And I'm just trying my best to calm down from the earlier meltdown and PTSD trigger. And it was a childhood trauma trigger. Like, the situation was ridiculous. It always is though, right? Always. It's always freaking ridiculous. But we have different coping mechanisms. I've had similar coping mechanisms with her. However, I've been healing. I've been moving forward. I've been processing my feelings. And she hasn't. She's just not capable of everything right now. There's a lot going on with her. So I give her a little bit of that, and you lash out at those that are closest to you and that you love the most. But that's why chronic illness warriors, we tend to hermit and we tend to shut ourselves away, to internalize and try to process. But a lot of the time, the processing isn't happening. It's just getting internalized. And that's the difference, is you have to get that, you have to get it out. You have to let it out. Stop carrying it in your back, in your shoulders, in your hips, wherever your pain may be. Stop carrying it there. Listen to your body. Your body is giving you signs that something is going on. And it's up to you to listen. It's up to you to listen to your body. I thought of these things in my drive earlier this evening. It helped me really process things, and it got me out of the environment. That was the main thing. Even though I was a little frustrated, I got lost. I drove 20 minutes out of my way. Well, 10 minutes one way and then 10 minutes back, and then I still got turned around a couple times. And I'm like, holy crap. I wasted so much time and gas. 67 miles and a quarter tank of gas hauling my trailer. I should have unhooked it, but in a fight or flight response. And let me just put it this way: with my PTSD in the Navy, I happened on board my ship on a daily basis for about 4 years straight. I was verbally harassed, on the regular, by my closest coworkers, and nothing I did was ever good enough. I was always overdoing it, and a go-getter. I wanted that pay. I wanted the rank, man. That's the reason I joined. I wanted the benefits. I wanted the rank. I wanted the pay. I wanted the retirement. I wanted to start a second life at age 40. Well, it just didn't go as planned. My body said no. At age 28, it says, Jet, for 9 years, you've been way too hard on yourself and you've done way too much. And it is time to slow the notch down to negative 100 because you're disabled now. And it's time to learn how to modify from up here and down here and find that balance in between. I'm learning. I've been learning a lot, and I've been learning how my friend lives. I've been getting information, and it's probably me prodding that has been irritating her, and me getting her to talk about more personal things, getting to know her more. Not so I can psychoanalyze her, but I totally have now because of the trigger thing. I have to be careful of how I tread with her PTSD triggers so they don't trigger my PTSD triggers. And I'm learning better to cope, but still, when I was on that ship for 4 years, I had nowhere to go. I was trapped. I felt like a rat in a cage. Like that Smashing Pumpkins song. Despite all that rage, I'm just a rat in that cage. I had nowhere to go. I was there to do a job in the Persian Gulf on the way there to make sure that we could identify everything around us, so we know we were the early detection, the electronic warfare, early detection of telling what's around us. Situational awareness is our thing, and being analysts and knowing stuff off the top of our heads. And filling out tons of paperwork for that top secret clearance every freaking few years when I went to shore duty. Shore duty, the information was way more classified than it was on the ship. The things I know and don't know. If you don't use it, you lose it. Seriously. And I've been out since 2010. It's been 14 years. I couldn't tell you anything. I can't remember any stats of any of it. I can't help you there. I did not learn anything awesome. I didn't learn. I almost got stationed. I could have got stationed out here in Fallon, Nevada. I could have worked on I could have been working on some weird stuff. I almost wish I could have taken that. I should have taken that tour, but it was Hawaii instead. I went to Hawaii. I chose that. I didn't get to choose my first duty station. I went to Denver, Colorado, an Air Force base, a Joint Command, worked for their service for their intelligence. And then I went to my ship for 4 years where I experienced all their harassment and just all the PTSD really started there on my ship. The things that happen, the things that are swept under the rug, the things that are freaking out on blast in port, the freaking scandals, like at the sit reps reports, they were my favorite to read. That was my news, like, oh man, these sailors jacked up, man. Woo! I read those stories quite frequently on watch. I needed to know my situational awareness. About what's going on with all the sailors in the ports that we're hitting. That was my form of newspaper. But yeah, I was stuck with nowhere to go, nowhere to cry, nowhere to decompress. There was a little bit of a workout space, but it wasn't always open. It had certain hours. And you had no time between man overboard drills, general quarters drills, working watch, doing maintenance, standing up and trying to make the breakfast and lunch and dinner line when you're trying to do all the sleep, shower, job maintenance, everything all at once. Like, yeah, I multitasking like a mofo. I moved up in rank pretty fast. Made E6. I was up for E7 about the time I was getting out at 9 years. 9 years at E7 almost. I was doing pretty good. I was gonna make it a career. But I see now, as long as it took for me to get adjusted back to civilian life after being in the military, let's just say you're let down as a veteran. You're let down by the civilians. you're let down because things aren't like do or die. You are going to do this and you're going to follow through with what you say you're going to do. And in the real world, that doesn't happen. Things happen. Civilians aren't like that. The military is very strict and very regimented, and you know what to expect. And it's day in and day out. You know what you're going to be doing every minute of the day in the military. On and off work. You know what you're going to be doing every minute of the day. It's basically mostly all planned for you. And so when you get out, no matter how long you spent in, the longer you spent in, the worse it is, I think, getting out, because now you don't have that camaraderie. You have no job. What are you going to do? A lot of people don't make it to retirement. They hit that stage way earlier, with only like serving 4 to 9 years in. Like, I served 9 years in. It took me like 2 years to get my head out of my butt. And, like, I'm disabled, but like I don't know how I'm disabled, and the VA is not helping me. So I'm gonna go to college and try and get through college and try and work a job. And well, I got my degree and tried to get a job, and I just got too disabled. I can't do it. I admit it. I accept that. I just wished others would accept themselves. Accept your life for how it is. You make your life. You can change your life. You change your feelings. You can change anything you want to. Nothing is forever. Nothing is forever. You just try your best to live the happiest life that you can while you can. And this mat of hair is going away tomorrow. But I'm so glad I've had some pretend dreadlocks for the most part. I've always wanted to have dreadlocks, and they are quite messy and matted. I don't even want to try and untangle it. I'm going to let the person doing my haircut tomorrow, I'm going to let her figure that out. I don't want her to cut them out either, though, so we're going to try and find my real hair and salvage what we can. And maybe altering the haircut that I get. And maybe just shaving my head. I don't know what we're going to end up with tomorrow, but let me show you one last chance. Here's me with some hair. It's really messy, mind you. I don't know if you can see all this. This hair is messy as F. But a bandana looks fucking badass tonight. With my freaking purple tie-dye thing. I love my freaking, I just do my freaking ring. My dinosaur ring. So I ended up lost out at Hoover Dam. I saw Hoover Dam in the dark tonight in Nevada. It was 10 miles from the closest U-turn I could make to get back towards where I needed to go. I got so turned around. I wasn't driving angry. I was driving with purpose, but my GPS kept telling me one thing, and it kept calculating, and like the other GPS was saying go this way, and then I was just, maybe I'll do a mini clip of it later and do a short reel. I'll show you like how confusing this was. I'm like, oh my gosh, this one's saying this way, this one's saying that way, and it was starting to like really get to me. But I really think that I was having an allergic reaction to having my V-Trans patch on the black ink, which was affecting the black ink in other parts of my body on the right side And then also down my arm because it's bilateral. I have bilateral issues. Bilateral means two, and it's both sides lateral, like latitude. So break the wordage down and it makes sense. I gotta get to bed. I'm gonna post this while I sleep. Thank you all so much for tuning in for Diary of a Disabled Confusion Triggered Beauty Spa.